Hey everyone, how's it going? So I'm here to talk to you today about the Gofrs, and it's keeping important Go packages alive so you don't have to. And so who am I? I'm Tim Heckman. I'm a site reliability engineer at Netflix. If you see me on Slack, you've probably recognized my picture, if you've been in there at all. And I'm on GitHub and I'm on Twitter as well, so check me out there. And so before I get started about the Gofrs, I wanted to kind of touch on the Go Slack community a little bit. And so by show of hands, who's joined that community in the last 12 months? Who joined the Slack workspace in the last 12 months? And who's been there more than 12 months? And beyond that, who's in the Slack workspace all together? It's a nice size. Hopefully I can see more of you there soon. So let me just share some stats about the community. So as of like 2 days ago, we have over 31,000 registered users. About 4,000 are active each week. Between 5,000 and 8,000 messages. 70 to 90% of those are in public channels. In the last month, the most 10 active users had over 38,000 messages sent. And we have over 4 million searchable messages. We're one of the few Slack workspaces in the community that has full retention, which is awesome. And so you're able to go in there and like search for an error message you're hitting and see whether there was any conversation happening even a year ago that might have fixed your bug. So let's talk about the Gofrs. Pronounced Gofrs just like all of us are. It's a community-driven organization where we're trying to get a group of people working together to really focus on maintaining packages that need it. And this came out of a Slack conversation. It's called the Gofrs because like a week before or 2 weeks before, somebody took the Gofrs name on GitHub and bought the domain, just missed it. And so far, we're from different cultures and different countries, and it's actually getting pretty diverse, and it's really great to see that. And really what we're doing is we're working to become a trusted group of Gofrs in the community, really focused on the Go ecosystem and the community itself. How can we make it stronger? How can we better that? And why are we doing this? Well, I think the Go community is amazing. And I think the thing I've noticed there is that the whole community is greater than the sum of any of its parts. And it seemed like there was a whole that could be filled where we could all work together and really focus on these important projects. And let's get to the actual whys. The actual whys is sometimes it's hard to know whether a package is good quality. You know, is it maintained? There's no good scorecard for that. You can assume, but there's no good. And to build a group, you want to get immunity to the bus factor. Like, I don't want me getting sick causing a project to die or not be maintained. And we need different visions. We need different companies, different organizations, and people coming to us and talking to us and explaining their needs. And we should have a space where we can all work together. And something that I thought of as part of this is that packages that are relied on by the community should, at a minimum, be maintained by the community. That doesn't mean that companies can't help out and they shouldn't do that, but if we're all relying on something, we should help that person and chip in and make sure they're not feeling the pressure of that one project. So how do we do this? Well, easier said than done. We build a diverse group of people that are happy to collaborate with each other, and that's not a solved problem. That's something that I think we're all going to have to work on together long term to really be successful. We're going to pick up the maintenance of important projects. We're going to propose solutions to things that aren't solved yet, problems the community is facing together. And maybe there's a long-term plan of mentorship, bring people into the group, help them become open source mentors, maintainers, and be comfortable kind of working in those environments. So where are we today? Well, not too far yet. We have a GitHub organization. There's 37 of us, 38 actually as of like 20 minutes ago. We have 6 repositories, not much there. The GitHub link is right there. And we also have a static site we built. Again, not much there just yet. We're going to be filling in the content soon, but there's the URL. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Ashley McNamara. She's made these awesome Gofrs logos, and I've borrowed one of them for the Gofrs project right now. So please check out her GitHub repo at the bottom. I'm actually wearing one of her shirts as well right now, so check it out. So right now we maintain a fork of the Satori Go UID package. There were some situations that arose earlier this year where that package had some bugs introduced that made it unsafe for use. It wasn't generating unique UIDs. And so a discussion came up in the Go community around this package, and we decided to really adopt that package and make it something we can all rely on. We've now started to talk to the Gorilla WebSocket package to help them start to maintain that, because they've been looking for help there too as well. And we also have about 9 requests open right now for other projects that we're looking to consider and understanding whether we're a good fit right now for that project or whether there's a better way we can help that project succeed. And secondary to that, we're trying to build groups within the organization to really collectively run where we go. I'm here talking about it now, but I don't want to be like the leader of this thing. I want us to all work together and decide what the future is and what we're doing. We'll see how well that scales, but I think if we have focused areas, people that are responsible for those sorts of things, they can help guide the discussion in a good way. So what's next? Well, I think we're going to try to select some more projects to adopt and engage with, of course. Like, we want to have a good impact on the community here. Finish the content on the website. If any of y'all are familiar with Hugo and you like writing themes for Hugo, I'd love your help on doing that. It isn't really my specialty, as you can see by the site that I stood up. I also want to form official leadership. And again, not like dictators or anything like that, but just people that are there to help guide the direction of the projects. And build an appropriate code of conduct that they can help maintain and encourage people to follow and work together through. And really, that's to ensure appropriate contingencies for these packages being maintained. One person going away shouldn't cause a package to die. It should be something that there's a team of people standing next to them, supporting them, and if they have to go away, they have a new baby, they got sick, they don't worry about that. They know those people are there to back them up. And so there's this quote by Sheryl Sandberg that I think really resonates with me and the community. It's the ultimate luxury to combine passion and contribution. It's also a very clear path to happiness. If anyone's in the Slack community, you see that I talk there a lot. I really enjoy talking to people there. I'm one of the administrators in the Slack workspace just to help keep it organized, and it's amazing how well people kind of shut down behavior that isn't healthy or isn't positive. And there's been very often in this community where we have to get involved and start doing things because the people really hold the community up themselves. And so I'm very lucky to work in a place or work in a community where everyone really does care about it, and we're all passionate about it. And I do feel like it's the ultimate drive to happiness. And so as part of that, we need your help. You know, there's a group here, and as we build more things and more repos we'll have to maintain, and we'd love for you to join us and help kind of guide the direction we go in. I don't know what it's going to look like yet. We just got started in the last month, and so there's going to be a lot of things to figure it out. But the more voices and the diverse perspectives we have, I think the better we can do to serve the community, because we'll have good representation from each little pocket that exists around there. And so here's a QR code for the Slack workspace. If any of you aren't there yet, even if you don't like Slack, I would really suggest joining. It's a really great community. If you're joining the language and you're just starting to learn it, there's a newbies channel, which is great, good articles, people there to help you out and answer your questions. And so I'd really encourage you to come, and I'd love to see all of you there. Thank you.